No closer, exile, lest I blast your feeble skin from your bones. I am Mechamosis of the Black Ring. In another place and time, I would command your obeisance. But for now, I would speak of matters that are of mutual interest. You have the look of the lost, stranger. Abandoned, exiled, and adrift in purpose. Fool. You need to forge a purpose for yourself in this place. These bracelets we wear sap at our will, suppress our true powers. They are designed to make us meek and pliable. Do not allow your thoughts to be trapped. Resist it. I was a sorcerer of the Black Ring before my exile. But I opposed the rise of a sorcerer called Tothamon. He was powerful and ambitious, made doubly so by an artifact called the Serpent Ring of Set. He was also political, forging alliances with King Sistophon of Stygia. I found myself swept aside for my opposition. Perhaps you think it was foolish of him to let me live. This bracelet suppresses my sorceress abilities. I am thoroughly trapped. It is somewhere here in these lands that Tothamon discovered his Serpent Ring of Set. I only glimpsed the ring once, but there is a similarity between the patterning of the bracelets we wear and the ring. It follows that the giant kings who ruled this place created other such artifacts. That is the purpose to which I have dedicated myself. I will scour this land in search of the artifact that will restore my sorcery. And then, there shall be a reckoning such as Tothamon has never imagined. Many mistakenly believe that sorcery comes from some innate power. It is true that the more corrupted the soul, the more kinship one will find in the creatures of the outer void. But the power to summon comes from knowledge, and that knowledge can be taught. If you find a way to restore my sorcery, stranger, I will teach you the words written in the Book of Skelos. I will provide you with access to a power that you have never known before. Together, we will raise an army and march forth to take our vengeance.
Watch your shadow, Cully. You've not the saltwater stagger of the regular fools who come seeking the blade of the Butcher of Khwarazim. So we'll talk, if you keep your distance. Come to gawk at the captain who lost her ship and her crew? Twice the captain, and twice the exile now, thanks to those mutinous dogs. I put the salt back in their blood, and this is how they repay me? Treacherous bastards. The Black Hand only exists because of me! When I was exiled here, like the others, I was adrift, directionless. They burned my hands before they cut me loose. Burned them into the twisted flesh lumps you see today. I had to learn everything anew. How to eat, how to fight, how to survive. Make no mistake, Exile, this place is a crucible. We are being shaped and molded to some malevolent plan. On the Vilayet, I always knew our heading. There was always another Turanian sail to burn, another fortune to be won. But here, I needed a new course. There were rogues aplenty. Barackans, Zingaran freebooters, and members of the Red Brotherhood. Exiles all. I gathered them together, and I offered them a promise. If we could work together, I would find us a way back to the ocean. And that was how the Black Hand began. The rules of the Red Brotherhood allow any crew member to challenge the captain. I tried to keep the same tradition in the Black Hand. Any who could best me could take my position. Mutinous cowards didn't even try. They just waited until I was asleep, then chained me to the hull. Never trust a pirate. Especially if his name is First Mate Athalas. Look, I don't really do treasure maps, as a rule. But there is something in the ruins of that city. A room, but the floor looks like a map. And embedded in that floor are gems. My bracelet was glowing like witchfire, and all of the gems on the floor were lit up to match it. I don't hold with sorcery, so I got my crew out of there. After we tried to pry up a few of the gems, naturally. Come to gawk at the captain who lost her ship and her crew?
Growing rusty.
As ordered, We tracked the deserters into the southern desert. We found old Colby here, hidden in the shelter of a rocky outcrop, muttering to himself. Of the others, there were no sign. I asked Colby to tell me what happened, and I got this wild tale, which I have written down in full. We weren't deserting. We was off hunting for treasure. Jacoby had it in his mind that them bloody ruins, the one that the bracelet calls the observatory, was full of treasures. Jacoby got me and the boys to follow along, and he took us to the cliff with a length of stout rope and a plan to go climbing. Well, the ascent was steep and dangerous on account of us doing it during the night time to avoid them cannibals as haunts the area. But we picked a nice clear night with a full moon and got ourselves to the very top. I gotta say, I didn't like them ruins from the moment we got there. Just a pile of black brooding stone in the moonlight and no treasure in sight. Jacoby starts poking around, looking for the treasure and all, and he uncovers one of them glowing tablets. That voice, you know the one, starts talking about constellations and star signs, and the crew starts swearing and cursing Jacoby for dragging us up for nothing, and then it came. I ain't never seen anything like it, mate. It had skin like a plague corpse and black bristling fur. Its eyes were glowing like the coals of hell, and when it reared up, the wings blotted out the moonlight. It took Jacoby first, just snapping forward and tearing his head clean off. Me and the boys were screaming and scrambling, trying to reach the rope and get down afore this beastie could take us. I got to the rope and started sliding down, burning my hands as I went. Above, I could hear the screaming and snapping, and warm blood was raining from the sky. The rope was swaying and slapping me into the cliff face, and I was scrambling, and then it let go. I fell, and I fell, but I crashed into the top of a tree and I passed out. When I awoke, I was alone out here in the desert with a sandstorm sweeping in. I got myself to some shelter, and then you found me here. I'm bringing Kobe back to the ship for judgment. Personally, I think we can hang him from the edge. He's obviously lying to protect the others.